Hey guys, Cells Royal Navy here. I'm sorry that I haven't done a gaming video in the last couple of weeks. I just kept losing all track of time, and before I knew it, it was Monday morning. But I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again this week because it's actually Wednesday night as I'm recording this. So all I will need to do is remember to upload this coming Sunday. So we're going to continue our playthrough of Frequency Missing. When we left off, I had just gone down to the basement of the Silver Glands Club. So we're going to find out what Patricia will find down there and see where we go from there. Again, I did set a timer, so when that timer goes off, no matter what's happening in the game, I stop playing and end the video so that it doesn't get too long.
Dice
All
World.
right.
Frequency
Here
missing.
we go.
Frequency missing. Direct touch
Welcome to
area.
Frequency missing.
Use the rotor to
This
enable
game
direct
is
touch for this
played
app.
in landscape mode with the home button to the right. Main menu. If you start a new game, your previously saved game will be overwritten. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes. No. Main menu. New game. Continue.
This must be the elevator engine the chef mentioned. Maybe I should try to fix it. No. Yes. All right. Let's see. I'll try the on button, and we'll see what happens. I guess not. It just spun around once and stopped. There are a few different buttons to press here. I wonder what they do. The engine is sputtering. It's not running with full power yet. Nope, that's not right. I'll test the on button again. One.
Dang it!
The buttons sound like when the engine is trying to start.
Okay.
One. It's gaining power. Almost there. Four. That's it. Yes! It's working. First Richard safe, now an elevator engine. I'm really on a roll. A newspaper with Alan Silverglands on the front page. It has a story about him and his foundation. Apparently he was a philanthropist who spent a lot of time helping the less fortunate. That's a pretty big difference from his sons. I wonder if his daughter Sylvia is the same. A bit strange that he gave his entire fortune to Samuel. A locked metal cabinet.
Oh.
The stairs to the kitchen. The chef. Hello. The elevator. I managed to fix the elevator.
I have to thank you. How in the blazes did you pull that off?
It was really technical, but I've picked up a few things over the years.
Well, if my hands weren't so sticky, I'd give you a big hug. How am I ever going to repay you?
Well, could I ride upstairs in the elevator and check out the VIP room?
Yes, of course.
The elevator.
The club. The club.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. The service elevator. Should I go to the VIP room? Yes. Here we go. I'm gonna do the interview of the decade with someone up there. I'm finally in the VIP room. They spared no expense decorating this place. A bearskin on the floor, silk curtains in the windows, and everyone is really dressed up. I hope I can get a good interview with someone here.
Around here. That's all I'll say about it. Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
An older woman fashionably dressed in a beautiful red dress. Hello, I'm Patricia. Do you have a moment?
Hello, Patricia. I'm Sylvia Silverglands.
Oh, really? Is Samuel your brother?
That is correct. But it's not something I normally advertise. What's on your mind?
About you. Can you tell me more about yourself?
Well, these days there's not much more to say.
Oh, what do you mean?
I've worked with the Silverglands Foundation for most of my life. It's very interesting and satisfying work. But now I'm retired, apparently, so I mainly sit here, passing the time.
Oh my. About you. The club. What do you think about the club?
Why do you ask?
I'm from Radio IDUN, and I'm doing a story about the foundation. My interview with Samuel, it didn't go so well.
Well, in that case, this is more or less my prison.
Are they keeping you here against your will?
After Samuel inherited all of Father's fortune, I had no choice but to stay on his good side.
Oh, that sounds so dramatic. Do you mind if I do an interview with you?
Well, absolutely. I have a lot to say. When do you want to start?
Start now. All right, well, let's start the interview.
What do you want to know?
More about the club. What can you tell me about the Duke Silverglands Club?
My brother Samuel opened it 20 years ago. He wanted to create a club that the richest of the rich would travel to from all over.
I can understand why you would like to be a member. It's a really beautiful and nice place.
Nice, as long as you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The staff is mostly underpaid, repairs don't get done, and the members are starting to leave.
More about the renovation. What's your view on the restoration?
Opening a restaurant to the public is just Samuel's strategy to avoid bankruptcy.
So where does the money come from?
From Father's inheritance. Money, I think, should be spent on better things than keeping this monstrosity going.
More about the foundation. What can you tell me about the Silverglands Foundation?
Well, sadly, it's been forced to shut down. It was Father's jewel, but Samuel isn't interested in giving anything away. It's odd that Father gave it all to Samuel. I don't understand it.
So you're surprised with the distribution of the inheritance?
Yes. He was always so determined that the foundation would continue after his death. He and Samuel never saw eye to eye, and he hated this club. Too expensive, too snobby, and completely absurd, he would say. Laced with a little profanity, that is.
What do you think made him change his mind?
I don't believe anything could have made him change his mind about that. Samuel must have forced him in some way. But now my beloved father is dead, so there's nothing I can do.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
You there? What do you think you're doing?
It's okay. She's interviewing me.
You're not in charge here, Sylvia. Security! In here! Please escort this insolent girl out of here.
I can walk by myself.
Sorry, it's my job.
Well, at least I got one juicy interview. Back to the office for editing.
And now, over to a report on the exclusive Duke Silverglands Club, which is about to open a new restaurant for non-members.
Huh. She could have at least mentioned my name.
What can you tell me about the Duke Silverglands Club?
The Duke Silverglands Club is my jewel and my passion. I want people to come here and forget about their troubles.
It's a really beautiful and nice place.
I'm extremely pleased to hear you say that.
What? That's not my interview. Those are my questions to Sylvia, but it's Samuel who's answering.
Chapter 3.
Something fishy is going on. First, Richard disappears, and then someone edits my segment. I'd better call the club and ask Sylvia if she knows what happened to the interview.
The Duke Silverglands Club? Victor speaking.
Hello, Victor. It's Patricia from Radio IDUN.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'd like to talk to Sylvia. Is she there?
Now's not a good time.
Why is that?
Samuel is furious with Sylvia and the whole staff. It's probably best if you don't come here ever again. Good luck.
What do you mean? I'm glad I called instead of walking over there. Someone edited my segment. But who? I'll check around the office and see if anyone knows anything. Carl's not here, but he'll probably be here shortly. To the lobby. Monica doesn't seem to be at her desk.
Ah.
Richard's office. Stephanie seems to have occupied it. She seems to have made herself at home here. Hello, Stephanie.
You're Patricia, right?
Yep. You got a minute?
I can probably spare a few minutes. What do you want?
My broadcast. My broadcast?
Yes, about that. If you make changes, you have to tell me. I don't appreciate being surprised with things like this during a live broadcast.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't me that edited it.
Oh, really?
The interview. Changes. Who edited my broadcast?
It wasn't me, that's for sure.
Of course not. But someone did.
Don't give me any vague accusations.
I didn't mean to.
It's your responsibility to make sure that your material is fit to broadcast.
But...
No buts. I don't want to hear another word about this.
Changes. The interview. I interviewed Sylvia Silverglands, not that idiot Samuel.
That's the one I heard yesterday. You've still got a lot to learn, but for a beginner, it wasn't bad.
Thanks.
Don't let that go to your head now.
No, absolutely not.
Good. Anything else?
The interview. The change. Enough about the broadcast. Thanks.
Was there something else you wanted?
My broadcast. Richard's office. Why are you in Richard's office?
He wasn't using it, so why should it stay empty?
He's only been missing a few days.
How does my using his office change anything? He's still missing.
A bit disrespectful, don't you think?
Isn't it a bit disrespectful of him not to let anyone use such a nice office?
You're twisting my words.
I am?
My broadcast. Rich, goodbye. Rich, goodbye. Goodbye.
Jeez. Oh,
Control center.
crap.
Airplane mode. Switch button. Off. Direct touch area.
To the lobby. Carl's and my office. Doesn't seem like Carl's had time to do anything with the tape yet.
That's the frickin' door. That's the tape. Ah, dang. Okay.
To the lobby. The newsroom. No live broadcast I can interrupt this time. Monica is down here reading. No one is in the booth right now. Imagine doing a live broadcast from there. Maybe one day. There's a note on the power switch. Don't touch during broadcast. Oops. Hello, Monica. Are you on a break?
Yeah, I sit down here sometimes when we're not on the air. Nice and quiet. What's on your mind?
My broadcast. Goodbye. Something was wrong with my broadcast.
Really? I thought it sounded great.
It had been edited after I handed it in last night. Someone changed all the responses.
What? But that's terrible.
The interview. Workflow. The interview. My questions were to Sylvia Silverglands, not Samuel.
Well, that's just terrible. Who would do that?
I don't know. The interview. Workflow. How can something like this happen?
I don't know. You gave me the tape yesterday and I handed it to Carl so he could work his magic with the audio. I know Chief listened to it. I think he was curious about your first story.
Oh. I didn't know he listened to our work.
Oh, yeah. He makes sure that everything is of the highest quality. He can be difficult to read sometimes, but I thought he seemed pleased. Now, Stephanie always listens to the material the day before it goes on the air. Then we put it down here until it's time to broadcast it.
So it could have been more or less anyone?
Yeah, I guess so.
The interview. Workflow. Enough about the Thanks.
Was there anything else you wanted, huh?
Goodbye. See you later, Monica. To the lobby. Richard's former office.
No. Ugh.
To the lobby. The chief's office. Doesn't smell as much as cigars in here today. The chief has to know what happened at my broadcast. Hello. Do you have a minute?
Yes, come in. Yes, how may I help you?
My broadcast. The club. My broadcast. My broadcast. What happened to it?
What do you mean? It aired. You should be pleased, no?
That wasn't my broadcast that went on the air.
Explain.
I interviewed Samuel, but it wasn't any good. Nothing he said to me was on that broadcast.
Patricia, you had one job. You were supposed to run a story about the club. You're telling me you didn't even manage to do that?
Yes. I talked to Sylvia Silverglands instead, and that was a lot more interesting. But someone must have edited my broadcast.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Those were my questions to Sylvia, but someone had edited in Samuel's answers.
Are you saying someone tampered with your interview?
I don't know.
I refuse to believe that anyone here would do such a thing.
Someone must have done it. If it wasn't someone from here, then who?
It's best that you leave it alone.
But...
Hey, no buts. Just let it go.
My broadcast. The club. The Silverglands Club opening a restaurant isn't much to report on, is it? Why did we run this story?
Down at your level, there's really no need for you to worry about politics. And you should be pleased about that.
Checks and balances?
That's good. You catch on quickly. I understand what Richard sees in you. Good.
So what did we get?
You got your first story. Be content with that.
That's fishy.
The club. Goodbye. The club. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
To the lobby.
Great.
Carl!
Hello, Patricia. Congratulations on your first story.
Someone had edited it.
What? It sounded great yesterday when I mixed it.
There's something fishy about that place. Richard was a member there. Maybe he discovered something, and that's why he's missing.
We haven't had time to fix that tape you found. Do you think there's something on it?
There's only one way to find out.
Come to our office and we can examine the tape.
Carl's in my office.
Well, that's like the worst time ever for the timer to go off. But as I said, no matter what's happening, timer goes off, video ends. So, if you're as curious as I am to see what happens next, make sure you tune back in next week. And until then,